the special session. And for this session, I would like to invite a very special guest with us today, Ms. Fan Lan, to talk on the UNDP Accelerator program. Ms. Lan used to be the head of Startup Support Division at the National Agency for Technology, Entrepreneurship and Commercialization Development for the Ministry of Science and Technology. Ms. Lan is one of the main policy makers drafting the national project to support the innovative entrepreneurship ecosystem until 2025, and which is referred to as the Project 844. And she also co-initiated the National Startup Day at the Tech Fest Vietnam event from 2015 to current. And in 2019, Ms. Lan transferred to the United Nations Development Program in Vietnam, taking on the role of Head of Exploration of the UNDP Vietnam Accelerator Lab. She's also in charge of scanning for new development trends and finding partners for UNDP's innovation projects. It's great to have you with us today, Ms. Lan, and over to you.
Thank you, Mishma, and glad to be here. Thank you, the organizer, for having me today. So basically, my role at the UNDP Vietnam is Head of Exploration of the Accelerator Lab, and this is the new unit within UNDP Global, and we are in charge of applying different social innovation methodologies to solve and tackle different development challenges. So within the space of today, I just want to share with you some of the work that are related to supporting innovation and impact startups in Vietnam. So let me share my screen. Hopefully everyone can see. Basically, part of my work at UNDP Vietnam is to help build the impact startup ecosystem in Vietnam. And I just want to walk you through some of the work that UNDP has been doing in this space. So basically, to support impact startups and impact businesses in Vietnam, UNDP Vietnam has been doing this for the last 4 or 5 years. And we have different programs and activities in different spaces. So for example, we provide seed funding for some youth entrepreneurs. We also provide seed funding for innovations that tackle different solutions for SDGs. We also provide capacity building services, and we provide matchmaking and networking opportunities for impact startups. For example, we help a lot of ethnic minority women to apply IR 4.0 technologies to support with their businesses. We also help to advise a lot of businesses, especially large ones, on SDG alignments. So, for example, we've been working with IKEA and different businesses in the agricultural sector in this. We also provide a lot of research in the field, and some of our research have been the foundation for a lot of different activities in this space. We also work with different government agencies to provide policy advocacy. So, for example, as the Accelerator Lab, we are helping with the national government as well as the provincial government on regulatory sandboxes. So, helping new solutions to actually be applied and implemented, and from that, creating feedback for policymakers to create new policies in this field. And last but not least, we have different activities to honor best practices in terms of impact startups and businesses. For example, we together with an NGO have organized Blue Swallows. This is an award for different social impact startups in Vietnam. So this is what UNDP has been doing so far. And when I come in, because of my background in supporting startups and the ecosystem, so another colleague and I initiated a new initiative within UNDP called Impact AIM. So this is a global UNDP initiative that support startups and innovative solutions by providing an impact acceleration program for them. So when we apply this Impact AIM initiative in Vietnam, we also add on another function, which is to connect and contribute to the development of the wider impact startup ecosystem. So not just accelerating the startups itself, but also trying to create a platform for different stakeholders in the ecosystem to build capacity, to network and exchange information and resources to really help these startups in this field. Right. So for the first year, what we do is we collaborate with another initiative within UNDP called Ending Plastic Pollution Innovation Challenge, in short, EPIC. So this challenge calls for different innovation to solve plastic pollution problem in Vietnam and Thailand. And for the first 3 months, we design the incubation program for the challenge and incubate 14 different innovative solutions coming from different countries in ASEAN. And the pitching competition for the first phase had just ended a few days ago, where we found 4 best winning solutions, and each of them received $18,000 to scale up their solutions. And Impact AIM will be also designing and delivering this incubation program. For the part that I said we want to contribute to the impact startup ecosystem as a whole. So this is the impact startup ecosystem map of that UNDP, together with different partners, have actually drawn. And just to let you know, this is actually the first impact startup ecosystem map that existed in Vietnam. So a few years back, when I started drafting different policies for the startup ecosystem as a whole, we have built up a quite dense, busy startup map. However, a lot of it focused on profit and not much on impact. So in terms of impact startup and businesses, this is the first map that we helped build. And we can see that here we have different startups and different development partners and investors are supporting the impact startups. We have supporting organizations and service providers. We also have different knowledge creators. These are centers and programs within universities and research institutes that provide data and research on the field. We also have different companies, bigger companies that are supporting startups, impact startups, and last but not least, government agencies, both national level and provincial level, that's supporting impact startups. So basically that's what I want to share. And going forward, we are having different programs to build capacity for different stakeholders, including building capacity for investors and supporting organizations with impact measurement and management practices. And we also help different impact startups going to be meshed with their clients and investors, not only in Vietnam and abroad. This is what we've been doing. And thank you for listening. And you can also follow us, Impact AIM Vietnam, through our Facebook fan page. If we have more time, I can also welcome different questions on this as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Phan. I think we have a question.
Sure.
Will you please explain the best practices, certain best practices?
Okay. So, for example, in Blue Swallows, the event that I said to honor best practice in impact businesses in Vietnam, we honored this women-led social impact business in Da Nang. This is a city in Vietnam. The business created jobs for single moms and also poor women in the area, and they collect organic waste and make it into bio cleaning products. So these are organic bio cleaning products that are good for health and also create a lot of jobs for women and the poor in the area. So the lady got the Blue Swallow Award because of her good practices in supporting in terms of circular economy practice, as well as supporting the poor and creating jobs and livelihoods for women in the area. We also honor another practice in terms of an incubation program in another province that they specifically supporting impact businesses there. And just to let you know, there have not been that many incubators and accelerators in Vietnam specifically supporting impact startups. So these are a few examples that we want to honor and share these best practices with other incubators, accelerators, and different business centers so that they can apply similar practices.
Yeah, great. So there's another question. If you have any program such as Innovator Exchange Program?
You mean exchanging between different countries?
Yes, I believe so, yeah.
In terms of startup overall, we have, in Vietnam as a whole, we have some of these programs like that. So in the agency that I worked for previously, we have signed different MOUs with different countries, including Korea, Germany, the US, UK, and a few other places where we do exchange entrepreneurs and innovators so they can expand their market to different countries. And we also receive innovators and entrepreneurs from different countries to Vietnam so they can understand more about the market condition in Vietnam and come over here as well. But in terms of impact businesses, we haven't got those programs yet, and I look forward to having some of those in our next initiatives within UNDP.
So do you have any of these exchange programs with the Asia or the countries here in Asia?
I think Singapore a little bit, Singapore and Malaysia at the moment, Thailand a little bit as well, but not all countries yet.
Okay. So great to know. And so that's all the questions we have for now. Thank you so much for joining with us today, Ms. Phan, and for sharing about this accelerator program, and wishing you the best to carry it forward and to help the community at large. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
So audience, do stay with us. We're almost towards the end of today's session, but we do have another session, so stay with us.